All right, Keenan, I'm leaving the podcast in your hands. Now, remember, you know the rules. No bitches after 11.
All right.
If you want a movie review, look no further than these dudes. You got Real Buzz Rob on the mic, you got Cannabis Keenan, he's alright. Caitlin is giving all she can give, and Calvin doesn't even know where he is. This is Real Buzz Takes with the Real Buzz Crew.
Welcome to yet another edition of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzzed Crew. I am Real Buzzed Rob.
They always freak out when you leave the scene of an accident, you know?
And to my left, we have Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Cannibal, a.k.a. Cannabis Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Barbarian, Keenan Robertson.
So what I'm gonna do is piss and moan like an impotent jerk and then bend over and take it up the tailpipe!
Whoa.
I figured in honor of this film, we would do Jim Carrey drops.
That works. I was thinking of something, actually, as you were saying, we are the Real Buzz Crew. When it's just us two, which it is from time to time, as it is today.
The Real Buzz Duo.
No, just the Real Buzz 2.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah, we are the Real Buzz 2.
I like that. Noted. We're going to do that from now on.
All right. We'll see if we remember that the next time that it's just the two of us.
Yeah, I know. So it's weird because we're recording on a Thursday. We normally record on Sundays because
This might be the first Thursday recording.
it's definitely not the first one.
Really?
No, we maybe one or two other ones, but
Okay.
because you and Caitlin are going to be out of town this weekend. I think both of you.
Yeah, not together.
Well,
but,
sorry, I didn't
yeah.
mean to infer that. Each one of you will be out of town with their respective significant others separately.
Yes. I'm going to good old Hannibal, Missouri, home of Mark Twain, and apparently some caves and a brewery. So I'm gonna check that stuff out. From what I hear, there's a winery attached to a cave, which sounds dangerous to me, but I'm interested in it.
Like people like getting wine drunk and going spelunking.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Well, you can go, on the wine tasting tour, but you might not come back.
Yeah, I've never understood, maybe it's because I have a claustrophobia issue, but I've never understood the desire for people to drop down into caves and then find their way back out again.
No, me neither.
It just, don't get me, I mean, I just don't have a sense of adventure like other people do, because I've seen too many movies where people get stuck in caves and then they can't get out and they just fucking starve to death.
Yeah, that would not be fun. I mean, I'm all down for going into a cave, exploring around
caves
for a little bit, but when it comes to going, like, crawling down under spaces, like, I don't want to get caved in like some,
Literally.
Yeah, Chilean people,
I've
like
seen-
the miners that were caved in not too long ago.
I've seen some staglamites in my time.
Stalagmites.
Whatever it
And
is.
stalactites.
What did I say?
I don't know, staglamites.
It wasn't right, whatever it was.
Well, think about at the winery cave tours, how many, like, that would be like where a lot of drunk Karens just go missing. Like, it's
One would
it's a
hope.
cave haunted by drunk Karens.
Oh, wouldn't that be the worst?
Yeah, that would be the worst cave to go to. The Cave of Judgment.
Mask, no thank you. That's kind of like a ghost Karen voice.
I get what you're going
Okay,
for.
all right, just checking.
I need to speak to the manager.
Put your dog on a leash.
Do you have a poop bag?
Oh, God. Anyway, the movie we are reviewing today is Me, Myself, and Irene.
No caves in it.
No, that was just a random one-off. And
Yeah, there you go.
That was, yes.
Yeah.
The release date was 6/23/2000, the millennium.
Some would call it the Willennium. Will Smith would, anyway.
Didn't he make a record called Millennium?
Yeah.
Was that after Big Willie Style?
I believe so.
The follow-up wasn't as good as Big Willie Style.
No, but it did have something on it. Don't ask me what.
Was it just the two of us?
Well, maybe Will 2K, was that a song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe that was big.
Okay.
All right, anyway.
Director, there were two of them. They were the Farrelly brothers, as in this movie was fairly decent.
Oh.
Before this, they actually have a great resume, though, from a directorial standpoint. Before this, they did Dumb and Dumber, Kingpin, Something About Mary, three fantastic 90s, early 2000s comedies. No, all 90s, I think, actually.
Yeah, those, well, I mean,
Mary
if they
was
became before
99.
this,
Yeah. Oh, good point. After this, known for, I didn't realize this one, Osmosis Jones, that Chris Tucker animated.
Yeah, I
picture.
mean, I never saw it, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know if I think I saw parts of it.
He's like in the body. He's a little blue thing in the body.
It's like a glorified episode of the Magic School Bus, but with Chris Tucker as like
There
an
you go.
amoeba.
Yeah, there you go.
An amoeba that plays a cop.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shallow Hal, Stuck on You, Fever Pitch, The Heartbreak Kid, and fuck, whenever I abbreviate things, I don't remember. It pisses me off. Oh, Dumb and Dumber and Dumb and Dumber 2.
So Dumb and Dumber.
No. They didn't do that one. That one was shitty and it was awful. They did the literal sequel with the two original actors, Dumb and Dumber T.O.
But they did the original Dumb and Dumber as well?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
They didn't do that really shitty one with what's-his-face from the CSI shows.
Yeah, I know.
Blonde guy.
About,
I can't think of his name. He was not in their teen movie. We talked about him.
Yeah, no, but shout out to that movie, The Heartbreak Kid. That's I don't know if a lot of people have seen that. It's got Ben Stiller in it.
It is underrated.
Funny. Yeah.
It's too long.
Yeah, it is a little too long. Well, I mean, all of their movies seem to be about 2 hours long.
That one,
I think that one was about 2 hours.
Yeah,
too.
and I think that's a little too long too.
Yeah.
I think this movie's a little too long.
Yeah.
I think the Farrelly brothers, where if there was one thing I would critique about their directing style, is that they could trim some more fat off their movies. The Heartbreak Kid, I think, was like 2 hours 15.
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember thinking it was real funny.
I remember thinking it was the first time I saw Danny McBride in a film.
Oh yeah, he's the brother.
He's the brother.
Yeah, brother of whatever her name is, Michelle Monaghan. Anyway,
Cast, starring Jim Carrey as Charlie Bailey-Gates / Hank.
weird last name.
I like it. I think it fits.
Bailey-Gates.
Bailey-Gates.
It reminds me of that. Whatever that YouTube video is, Old Greg. I like Bailey's.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You're talking about salad fingers?
Well, no, that's Salad Fingers, but Old Greg's another. It's a weird thing. Anyway, moving on.
Okay. Renee Zellweger as Irene Waters. Chris Cooper as Lieutenant Gerke. And then I did Richard Jenkins as the fourth as Agent Beauchesne. Honorable mention to Anthony Anderson as Jamal. And then another appearance by Robert Forster as Colonel Partington.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than we could say for you, Caitlin.
Well, in her defense, we're doing it on a Thursday.
That's true.
It's not, I think she would be here if she didn't have, she had to take care of her kid and whatnot.
That's fair.
All right.
I'll allow it.
Moving on. Jim Carrey, before this known for, he had quite the fucking run in the 90s, man. Just hit after hit. Ace Ventura, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, Batman Forever, Ace Ventura 2, Cable Guy, Liar Liar, The Truman Show, Simon Birch. I don't remember him being in that movie.
Simon Birch?
That's what it says. It says older. Maybe it was a small role.
Yeah, probably so. I don't, yeah.
It was the older main character, I think. Who's Simon's friend. I kind of remember this now.
I've said on this podcast that I used to watch that movie a shit ton, but I still don't remember him.
Apparently not enough.
Yeah, I guess not.
And then a very underrated film that not many people have seen, Man on the Moon.
No, I haven't, but it's Andy Kaufman or something? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a biopic, sort of. It's really kind of a picture about a part of Andy Kaufman's life and then the end of his life. It was funny because you're familiar with Andy Kaufman's history where he would write a joke so long and people would think he would go so far with it that whenever he would tell someone something that was true, they wouldn't believe him. Yeah. So when he told his family and friends he had cancer, they all thought it was a fucking joke till he died.
Damn.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's the old saying? The boy who cries wolf. Yeah.
Should have listened to Aesop's Fables,
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race, Andy Kaufman.
That's right.
After this, known for, I didn't do all of his movies because I only did the highlights, ones that were good, I think, that were hits. Bruce Almighty, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Yes Man, and Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah. Shout out to the number 23. That's a weird fucking movie.
Yeah. What's his fucking name? Top Secrets? That's his fucking pseudonym that he writes under?
Oh, I don't remember that.
So
I only saw it once.
No, that's the big reveal. Top Secrets was the pseudonym he wrote.
Top Secrets.
And it's just Top Secrets. Top Secrets.
Dun dun dun.
So bad.
That is terrible.
So bad. And
Secrets.
It's got what's his face's sister in it. Oh fuck! I just watched a movie with them the other day. Michael Madsen's sister.
I don't know.
You would recognize her.
I didn't know Michael Madsen had
She's the main character in Candyman.
I've never seen Candyman.
Oh well, okay.
I know who the Candyman is though.
Yeah, scary guy.
Yeah, Candyman can.
Because he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good.
All right.
Renee Zellweger. Before this, known for one of her early films, her first role was an extra in Dazed and Confused. She played Girl in Blue Truck.
I will go back. I've seen that movie a lot. I've been meaning to watch it again, but
apparently you can see her in a couple of shots.
I'll look for her.
Then she also did Texas Chainsaw Massacre: Next Generation. She starred in that with Matthew McConaughey.
Never saw it.
I kind of want to now, though.
Yeah, now that I know both of them are in it.
I think where she first came to claim to fame was Jerry Maguire.
Oh, yeah.
She
Absolutely.
then did a movie called Nurse Betty, which not a lot of people have seen that's actually pretty good. After this, known for the 17,000 Bridget Jones, I'm pregnant, I fucked another guy, I have another boyfriend movies. I don't know.
Yeah, they just kept making those, huh?
Bridget Jones gets a dog.
Bridget Jones, New Diary, Part 2.
Yeah, anyway.
A British Love Affair, Bridget Jones.
Bridget Jones, is she going to go with Colin Firth or Hugh or what's the other guy's name?
Hugh Hefner.
Not Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, yeah.
She's going to be one of his prostitutes.
Bridget Jones gets her period.
Jeez.
I mean, they made so many of them.
Yeah, might as well, huh?
Okay, then Chicago, Cold Mountain, Cinderella Man, low-key one of her best performances. I don't know if you've seen Cinderella Man.
No, but I've seen Cold Mountain. She's really good in that.
She won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for that film.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I do know that.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I don't like period pieces.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
I stick to my guns.
It's kind of like the Odyssey set in the Civil War.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
I don't like it at all.
You wouldn't, yeah.
Also known for Leatherheads and most recently known for Judy, that biopic about Judy Garland.
All right, let's get it out of the way here. Because I think she said that she hasn't had plastic surgery.
She definitely has.
She looks zero like she does in this movie.
Oh,
now
she's
she
had
looks nothing like she does.
tremendous amounts of plastic surgery.
Oh, yeah.
What she says be damned.
Yeah, exactly.
I just watched this movie, and then I went through, and before that went through IMDb and saw photos of her within the last year. Yeah.
It's shocking.
She's been augmented.
Yeah, she looks nothing like she
And
did.
that's not me judging her by any means. I would too if I was in the spotlight and I was a female and I was aging. I would absolutely feel pressure to get augmentation done to keep. Because women in this industry are kind of kicked out at an early age because they age out so early. Like if you're not 25, you're not getting roles. While that's ridiculous, I understand why they would feel like they need to stay young. So I get it. There's no judgment here. But she's definitely had plastic surgery. Get that out of the way.
Moving on.
After my plastic surgery rant. Chris Cooper. Before this, the first thing I remember him in, he had a lot of credits before this, but the first thing I remember seeing him in was October Sky.
Oh, fuck. I forgot all about that movie.
Jake Jeezy's, one of Jake Jeezy's early
they're
roles.
trying to
Make a rocket.
make a rocket up to the sky.
That's right.
In a coal mining
In
town.
October.
Yep. There you go.
Also,
It's fall.
It is.
And the rocket falls.
A few times.
Yeah.
Quite a few times before they succeed.
Tobey Maguire in that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he is, I think.
All right.
I believe he is. He also, what I remember him in, it was American Beauty. He was the homophobic homosexual who ends up killing Kevin Spacey at the end for being gay. Or no, because he thought he was gay.
I need to see American Beauty.
You haven't seen
again.
American Beauty?
I mean, I've seen it, but it's been a long fucking time.
I remember watching it as a kid because Mina Suvari shows her boobs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was like 12, and I'm like, what? Because at the American Pie, I was like, she shows her boobs.
Yeah.
So I watched the entire film, which is an art house film, just waiting, and it happens right at the end. And when I was 12, I was super pissed because, like, God damn it, it wasn't worth it. I watched 2 hours of this, and the boob scene was like 20 seconds.
So just not even enjoying the movie, just sitting there just waiting, watching,
I don't know
waiting for a nipple.
This
When's
was-
it going to pop out?
This was before there was, like, DVR and shit, so I had to like, sit through it.
Had it been 10 minutes into the movie, you would have just turned the movie off.
Oh,
and
hell
gone,
yeah.
Gone about your
Oh,
day.
but if it had been 10 minutes in, I'd be like, that was totally worth it.
Yeah. This was before Mr. Skin or whatever, too, where you could have just...
Well, before I knew how to access it. I don't know if it was before.
yeah, who knows when it... Which I only learned about that because that movie knocked up, but...
No, I knew about it way before that.
No, when they were talking about their idea, and Paul Rudd's like, well, that's already an idea. It's Mr. Skin.
God damn it.
Yeah.
We got to scrap this whole thing.
Yeah. Anyway.
After this, he's known for The Patriot. Even though Mel Gibson's been canceled, that's a good movie. Well, he's kind of been uncanceled now. A little bit.
I actually watched The Patriot.
The Jews have forgiven him.
I don't think so.
Well, okay. He's getting roles.
Yeah, in some weird fucking movies. But I watched The Patriot not too terribly long ago.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, but it's not as great as I remember it being.
Probably because you're a history major and it's not all that historically accurate, I'd imagine.
Well, maybe that's it. I don't know.
I love it.
I enjoy the movie.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's like the first. It's the only Revolutionary War movie that's also an action movie.
Oh yeah, and
It's Die Hard set in the Revolutionary War.
Well, let's do it on the podcast.
He is Bruce Willis. He is going around in a circular area in a forest and murking like, I don't know,
It was like a whole fucking.
Yeah, it was like
a whole column.
I
of
don't know,
soldiers.
not a battalion, maybe, but maybe like a whatever's less than a battalion. I don't know. I'm not in the
Platoon?
military. Sure. No. I think platoon. Oh, maybe a platoon is a little. I don't know. Fuck
I don't
it.
know.
So it was a lot of British soldiers.
Yeah, he murks a lot of people. Makes his like 5-year-old and 7-year-old kids murk some people too.
I know.
Yeah,
Well, that's what you had to do back then, man.
that's just the way it was.
Yeah, man. You fuck your bar mitzvah. You were a man at 5 when you shot your first redcoat.
Amen.
Also in
Yeah.
the Bourne Identity. Well, the Bourne sequel too, but it was like a cameo.
I just watched the Bourne sequel the other night too.
The Bourne Supremacy, or no, is it the
Supremacy.
Bourne Supremacy? Yes, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Ultimatum's the last one.
They definitely blend together. If I'm being honest.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad movies.
No, yeah.
They definitely blend together. Very similar.
Yeah.
A lot of very fast-paced kung fu fighting action.
Yeah, and confusing plot lines.
And confusing, jolting scene shot. I mean, just, yeah.
Yeah, makes you motion sick.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, the action.
First time I saw Clive Owen was The Bourne Identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just talking about Clive Owen earlier today. He would have been a good James Bond.
I don't know.
He was in the running with Daniel Craig.
Glad they went with Craig.
See, I would have been interested to see. I mean,
I'd
absolutely
watch it.
now I'm all for Daniel Craig.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. In retrospect, if you said it was between them, I think either one of them would have done well. I think Craig's my favorite Bond, other than Connery.
Fair enough. That's a fair point. Anyway, moving on.
Also in Capote, The Kingdom, The Town, and Live by Night, which was that really, really not so great Affleck directed. It's the last thing he directed. It was
all right.
It was long.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was bad, but it was long. It got shit on by the
Kind
critics.
of a period
though.
piece.
No. But there was TV around. Well, no, there wasn't though, because it's like in the 40s.
Yeah.
I think TV was just about to come around.
Oh yeah, I forgot your TV rule.
Fringe. It's fringe. It's close. If it's got Ben Affleck in it, I'm in.
All right, there you go.
If Ben Affleck does a fucking revolutionary, well, that being said though, I said I love the Patriot. That's a period piece.
Fair enough.
There are exceptions.
That's true. Exceptions to every rule.
There are exceptions to every rule. All right, Richard Jenkins. Again, he
He's done a lot of stuff.
had a ton of credits, but I just started with what I remember him seeing in first, and I remember being in There's Something About Mary. Then he was in that. You remember that movie? What Planet Are You From?
No, I don't think I ever saw that.
It was with that weird comedian with the funny face. I know that helps nothing, so I'm going to keep going.
Carrot Head?
Nope, close, kind of like that.
Pauly Shore.
No.
All right, that's the end of my guesses.
After this, known for Changing Lanes, Stealing Harvard. You remember him stealing Harvard?
I never saw Stealing Harvard.
Oh, then me referencing what he is will mean nothing to you. He's the guy who basically spoons with people who breaks into his house and makes him take pictures with him dressed as his wife, his dead wife.
Well, that's pretty fucking weird, huh?
It's supposed to be funny. It
So
does
is there a
sound
scene
fucked
with
up.
him and Tom Green spooning?
Not Tom Green, the other guy, Jason Lee.
Oh, okay.
Also in The Core, Intolerable Cruelty, The Kingdom, Step Brothers, which I think is probably his most well-known role.
Yeah.
Burn After Reading, that might be too.
That's a good movie.
Hall Pass, loved him in The Rum Diary. The Cabin in the Woods, Killing Them Softly, loved him in Killing Them Softly as well. Kong, Skull Island, and then also was in that The Shape of Water, which I still can't believe won Best Picture a couple years ago.
I still haven't seen that.
Lady fucks a fish.
There's like a graphic sex scene with a fish and a lady?
I don't know if I call it graphic. It's very sensual.
You know what would have been funny is if cartoon Kanye West came in and he was like,
Motherfucking gay fish.
What is funny about this? It's a fish dick. It's not funny.
Why do you like fish sticks? I love them. I like to put them in my mouth.
Yeah.
Then you're a gay fish.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I still jokes, man. I can't shit. I shit on myself, man.
Is that Carlos
My
Mencia?
dick don't work. Yeah, that's when they're beating him up in that.
Or as Rogan calls him, Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
They have bad blood, man.
Men steal your jokes?
Yeah, that's what it means. I think that's
Yeah.
what he's inferring.
Yeah.
All
Mind of Mencia was a terrible show.
Yeah, I don't know why so many people loved it. I don't think Carlos Mencia is funny. I've never thought he was funny, but he was one of the biggest comics for like 8 years.
But apparently he was stealing jokes, huh?
Yeah, that's why you don't hear about him anymore.
That's true.
He was jacking jokes. He's a joke jacker.
Joke jacker.
All right. Specs and Deeds.
Yes, indeed.
Runtime on this movie was 116 minutes. Should have been probably 10 minutes less.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yep.
They could have cut out. I mean, a lot of the Hank stuff was really fucking funny, but they could have cut out some of it.
Hank's dialogue, if you paid attention, was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was watching it with subtitles, and I was glad I did sometimes it would spoil it because you read ahead
read
a little
before
bit.
It, yeah.
But sometimes it like he delivers it so fast and like he enunciates really well, but it's
just so quick.
Blink,
it's so
miss
manic.
it.
Yeah.
So I was glad I was reading it.
He's like, "Oh, you're an earthquake and you're on the fringe of a fault line." Like he's about to fight. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Its dialogue is so good.
I wrote one down here. Just because I rock doesn't mean I'm made of stone.
I feel like we're the same mind sometimes.
Did you
Just
write
because I
that
rock
one?
doesn't mean I'm made of stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. Budget was $51 million.
51 million, huh?
Opened at $24.5 million.
I wonder how much went to that fake chin at the end.
Not that much. Didn't look that
Yeah,
good.
it didn't look-
$50
It probably did before HD days, but yeah, in the HD days,
Could
it
be
did
true.
not look good.
before. Yeah, when things were still filmed on film, like you could tell this movie was.
Yeah.
Not digitally. Opened at $24.5 million, grossed $90.5 million domestically, $150 million globally. So
Okay.
this movie made its money back 3 times over.
Jim Carrey, I mean, he would have drawn, and it's an R-rated Jim Carrey movie too.
Not many of those. Well, that's not true, actually. There are more and more now.
Nowadays, but at that point, I mean, Ace Ventura and all that shit's like PG-13.
Dumb and Dumber
right?
was
Yeah.
PG-13. Oh, no, Ace Ventura was PG-13, both of them.
I wonder if
In the first 5 minutes of the first movie, he's getting a blowjob from one of his clients.
that's fair, but they weren't R, were they?
PG-13.
I wonder if this was his first rated R movie.
That's a great question. It could have been.
I wonder if it was, because that would explain why. I mean, a Jim Carrey movie getting $150 million, maybe that's
Because it's rated R.
yeah. And I thought it was weird seeing when
Almost
he's-
like the Deadpool effect.
exactly. And I
Yeah.
thought it was weird when he was sitting on the bed, like at one point waving the dildo around. I was like, you
Which
really
time? He does that a lot.
Right. Well, the first time, I guess, when he's like, "Did you have fun with me last night?" I can't do a Jim. I mean, who can do a Jim?
No
Carrey?
one can.
Only Jim Carrey can do Jim Carrey. But like, I thought it was weird seeing that, and like some of the shit he says, I was like, it's kind of out of place for Jim Carrey.
Vagiclean, price check on Vagiclean. We got a customer up here. She's baking a loaf of bread, and I think it's sourdough.
So gross, man.
Put a rush on that.
What's up there, Q-tip? Is it something I said? Like, Jesus, man. He's offensive. He's
Wrong
offensive.
answer. And the name's Hank, fuckface.
Anyway, we'll get into the next
Yeah, we will.
one.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're going too fast. All right, plot keywords. First one is erection visible through clothing.
How is that a fucking plot keyword, man?
You don't
Some of
remember.
these.
You don't remember the scene where he's in the.
I remember the scene, but it makes me laugh that is something on IMDb that's considered a plot keyword.
Because only weird guys put in these plot
I
keywords.
guess so. But yeah, that's quite the erection he has.
It is, but I feel like the whole time I'm thinking, man, those jeans are really tight on him. Why is he wearing such tight jeans? And then that scene comes along. He's like, I think his wardrobe was designed for that one joke.
For that specific joke?
Yes.
Well, and then there's also the joke where he's taking the piss. And he's...
Oh, in the back. Yeah. I don't
yeah.
know, but what did that do with his tight jeans?
No, I'm just saying, I mean, well, I guess not.
He's just wearing his tighty whities then.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind.
Second plot keyword was multiple personality. Makes sense.
Fair.
3 was cow.
Yeah.
Actually, the cow joke lasted forever, and it was really funny.
Yeah, I have a note about the cow joke.
4 was albino. And then 5 was strong female character.
You know, I'm glad that's there because I got to say, Renee Zellweger,
Renee Zellweger.
if we could say her fucking name, she doesn't suck in this movie.
No, she's pretty
I
good.
think she does a great job in this movie.
Yeah, definitely had a nipple fluffer for this movie.
Oh, yeah, definitely a nipple fluffer.
For sure. Someone with
she's
ice cubes
also-
on the right side, right on the side of the
Yeah.
set.
But when she's like, yeah, these are all mine, it's like, I have bigger tits than she does,
Yeah,
man.
her. I don't know. Their tits definitely aren't. Don't get me wrong. They look great. I'm not saying like they need to be bigger, but they definitely weren't. I mean, if she'd gotten a boob job, I don't know what they looked like before.
I think that's part of the joke, though, because she hadn't actually got a boob job. And that's
Yeah.
why she's like, believe it or not, these are all mine.
That was the one part of her story that he didn't get right.
Yeah, that he didn't call out perfectly. Yeah.
Taglines. There was one, and it was good. It was fine. From gentle to mental.
All right. Hey, we didn't do net worth, though.
We should go back and do that.
Yeah, because I want to do that. From gentle to mental. That's an all right one.
All right, net worth. We'll go back in reverse order.
A lot of, if you can make it rhyme, I guess. That's what I've noticed with these. You
Yeah,
make them rhyme, they greenlight them.
People like rhymes. It kind of sews everything up nicely.
Yeah, you can turn it into a jingle or a jam.
So let's start with Richard Jenkins.
What you thinkins for Richard Jenkins?
No one's going to know down except for maybe Jackie Brown.
There you go. I'll say, I don't know. He's been around for a while.
Quite a while.
Actually, I was just watching a movie with him and Cher the other night. I didn't finish it. I was
Cher
at
of Sonny
Sam's
and
place.
Cher?
Yeah.
From 1974?
It's like the 80s. Witches of Eastwick. Jack Nicholson was in it.
Oh.
I didn't finish it, but he's been around for a long fucking time.
He has.
And just like I was in this movie, when I was shocked when I saw his name pop up. Like, I didn't remember him being in this.
Sure.
And I was shocked when I saw his name pop up in that. Anyway, I'll say $25 million.
He's undervalued. He's only worth 8.
That makes sense, though. He's just been around
If
for
that
so
makes
long.
sense, why did you guess 25?
Well, I don't know, because he's been around for so long.
100 million. He's worth 4. That makes sense.
I didn't guess it. I mean, anyway.
All right, Chris Cooper, who, by the way, is also an alum of University of Missouri.
Isn't he from KC?
I don't know. I just know he graduated Mizzou.
I think he's from Kansas City.
Okay, that's great.
So, anyway, I hope he's worth 100 mil, but I'm going to guess he's worth 12.
Close. 10.
All right.
So that's not bad for Chris Coops. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's good for him.
All right, moving on to Renee Zellweger. Renee Zellweger.
50.
Damn, close, dude. 60.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I figure she's worth some money.
Here's the $1 million question. Jim Carrey.
Ooh, that is the $1 million question. Is that a hint? $1 million.
1 million. No, Dr. Evil. It's worth a little more than that.
100 million. More? 200 million. Less. 175 million.
180.
180. Damn, I almost said 180, but I was like, I'll keep it on the. All right.
You know, I'm not saying he's undervalued by any means. I was surprised that it wasn't more.
Well,
$180 million is more money than any one person should ever need.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. I won't say undervalued. He's doing good.
So I was having this conversation with my cousin earlier today about ethics and the amount of money one person should be able to have, because the foundations, like the founding principles of America, is that given your abilities, you should be able to earn whatever you're able to earn up to an infinite amount. So you look at someone with like Jeff Bezos. During this pandemic, he has earned $1 trillion. He has $1 trillion. In my mind, any one individual who has $1 trillion that's wildly unethical. That's worth more than most countries.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Anyways, that's just thinking that. Like, sorry, I was thinking like 180 million. I was surprised it wasn't more. It's like, no, it's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. Yeah. Comrade Rob.
Is that communist?
It's a little communist, but you know.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying it doesn't have to go back to the people. Just tax anything after a certain amount at like 60%.
Yeah.
Is that communist?
And it's a little communist.
All right.
I won't go into capitalism and all that stuff.
Don't blacklist me, America. I hope I don't fucking end up in the gulag somewhere.
At this point, yeah, and that's the scary thing. You fucking might with Trump's secret police and shit. I'm sure that's out there.
Well, no, it's cool. I'm white, Keenan.
Oh, that's true. You're
Yeah.
safe. We don't need secret police.
No. That's the thing. In America, if you're white, you're probably okay. If you're anything else, though, yeah, look out for that secret police. Moving on. So we're going on to the canopsis now. So are you ready?
Shit,
Are
yeah.
you ready for your canopsis, Cannabis Keenan?
I am. All right, here we go. Jim Carrey is Charlie Bailey Gates, a nice guy Rhode Island cop who is the definition of a nice guy. I guess I forgot I wrote that already. After getting walked over
Cannabis Keenan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. After getting walked over by everyone in his small town, Charlie fucking snaps and lets out Hank, his inner demon. Charlie is given the final assignment of escorting pre-plastic surgery Renee Zellweger from Rhode Island to New York, but he quickly finds that he not only has to fend off corrupt cops, but also himself in Me, Myself, and Irene. Just fighting back a little bit of a cough at the end there. And,
What's a cough from?
I've just had a cough for many years.
Oh, why?
Smoking cigarettes.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
checking.
Yeah. Don't smoke them. I stopped. I quit.
What's that movie where he's like, I quit. I can't.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a South Park thing. I forgot what it was. All right, moving on to the Real Buzz Rundown. So I guess, Keenan, we can say this is the portion of the podcast where we tell our thoughts and our feelings about the film. I'd like to start with you, and I can sprinkle in as you go along with my notes as well.
All righty then.
Was that intentional?
Yeah, it kind of was.
I liked
a
it.
little bit. Hold on. I had a quiet burp there. I wanted to make sure it didn't go into the microphone.
Thanks for Mike and Jasoning that one.
A couple coming. All right. So I think that I've only ever seen this movie once, maybe twice before this time. So I didn't necessarily.
I've probably seen it 7 or 8 times.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This wasn't one of the ones that I watched a lot growing up because it was rated R. So I don't think my parents, it came out 2000. I don't think I was allowed to see it when I was 10 years old.
Were your parents L7 weenies?
They made me an L7 weenie for sure.
Okay.
And then by the time I was old enough to see rated R movies, I just didn't care to go back, I guess, and watch this one. So I definitely seen it before. But
hold on, let's break that down real quick. So how old were you? So you had to be 17 to see a rated R film?
No, I didn't have to be 17. I would say by the time I was 13, 14, they would probably start.
What year was that? 2005?
2003, 2004.
So the movie was fucking 3 years old? You want to go back and watch
I didn't
it?
give a shit to go back and watch it.
Okay,
just checking. It wasn't on my list. I don't know.
All right.
One of the things, though, I think I had seen it, bits of it, when I wasn't supposed to, because I always remembered the when he says, "Come here, my little pussy fart," or whatever.
That's one of my least favorite lines.
Hank
is really funny throughout the entire film, but the one line where I'm like, ugh, is like, come here.
That's the one line for you?
Yeah, no, I'm great with everything else. It's the pussy fart thing, like, ugh, God.
So I always remembered that. I guess it stood out to me too because I remember that, and then I was waiting for it the whole time in this movie, and it doesn't come
to the
until
end.
Pretty much the very, very end.
Yeah.
So yeah. So just going through my notes as the movie was going along, I'll say that when they're doing the flashback or whatever, and it shows him, and I can't remember his first girlfriend's name / wife who leaves him, but when they're on the beach and they're wearing the T-shirts of each other's faces,
yeah.
I would pay for one of the Jim Carrey T-shirts that
with the face
wearing.
He was making. Yeah,
dude,
he's got the mustache.
So
it's really
funny. And then just
that's that trailer girl that I told you a story about, who was in a trailer.
Her name's trailer.
Yeah, we went through this before.
Yeah,
it's that same broad. She was in Dirty Jobs, or not Dirty Jobs. I can't fucking
with Mike Rowe.
No, not that stupid show. It was Chris Farley's last movie. She plays love interest of Norm Macdonald. And trailer something like Ryan Reynolds dated her for a while. He may have been dating her at this time. And,
okay, well,
anyways, but that's the actress.
I mean, she's attractive.
Very.
Yeah, very attractive. But that shirt she was wearing was cracking me up. And then I liked that when she left him, she was wearing a shirt of the other guy. Yeah, that was pretty funny. And I also like that, I guess, kind of like in Face Off, to signify a passage in time, they were showing that he had a mustache back in the day.
And they just didn't.
Yeah, but not only him, just everyone on the police force. Like in that barbecue, every single guy in the backyard has a fucking mustache. And a lot of them looked pretty fake. Definitely the guy who
Robert Forster's looked very fake.
Yeah, and the guy that played Finneran, who was always giving him
Finnerman.
shit. Finnerman, yeah.
Finnerman.
His looked super fake, too. But Jim Carrey's might have been real, but...
Finnerman was such a fucking douchebag.
That's one of my notes. That guy just fucking sucks. I mean, yeah, he's being a cop trying to catch Charlie, but he's just a douchebag. And Charlie maybe shouldn't have trusted, but still, fuck that guy.
No, I think what we need to talk about is Charlie as a character, his naive. The guy who's being a dick to him the entire movie is the one guy he trusts with important information?
Yeah, no, well, and it kind of goes to it because at one point when they're on the run, him and Zellweger at the beginning or whatever, or when they're first kind of on the run, he's like, yeah, let's go and tell the police everything about it. So his character believes in the police and stuff like that, but still
he's very naive.
He should already know that guy's a douche, but
there's got to be. He doesn't
if
have
Hank was in charge.
He doesn't have right. If he doesn't have one better friend on the force than that fucking guy.
Yeah, go to Robert Forster. I mean,
why is he not going directly to Robert Forster
or the lady that
lady liked him?
Yeah, the lady clearly liked him. They don't give her a name ever. I don't think.
Don't think they do.
Try to call her Officer Lady, but Hey, lady. Anyway, moving on before I saw you start to laugh. I will move on before anything comes out.
Yeah, it's probably best.
But at 20 minutes into, I think it takes about 20 minutes into this movie before he first snaps and Hank comes out. And by that time, I was relieved. I'm surprised it took him this fucking long to snap. But then quickly thereafter, I was like, oh man, he's drowning the kid and all that shit. And then one of the
wrong answer. And the name's Hank, fuckface.
Yeah, one of the most one of the things that is just the most graphic, I guess. I'm struggling for a term. I guess vile things that he does is when that mom's breastfeeding.
Oh, yeah.
And then the baby's
No,
there. Next thing
graphic
you
is
know,
right. It's pretty graphic.
and he's sucking on it. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Well, it's just a callback to the barbershop guys just
Right,
oogling
yeah.
over her tetas.
Well, yeah. So
Come on, guys. She's a mom.
it is a pretty good way that they show how he gets fucked with by all of these people, and then he goes back and just fucks with all of them.
Yeah, Charlie, you're right. The law is the law.
Yeah. Parked your car for you. Forgot to tell you.
You got a headlight out.
But Hank, pretty much every time Hank was on the fucking screen, I was laughing my ass off.
I think it needs to be said that Jim Carrey, just from an acting perspective alone, was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Though he played two different characters in this movie so well. They were wearing the same thing. They had the same face and the same haircut, but they were so different.
By the end, when he's going back and forth constantly, so like it's like
When he was fighting himself?
yeah, when he's fighting
the best.
the physical humor.
It was
in
very-
the scene where he's fighting himself
Dude.
and then throwing himself out of the car. Like, oh my god,
It was so vaudevillian, right? So
Yeah.
it was the physical comedic acting he was doing was so fucking good.
Yeah.
And it was so vaudevillian. He was so good.
that's some of the best physical humor.
Oh,
ever.
the best.
Yeah, but he also exposed himself to a bench full of old ladies. So just
Right. So it's just mixing like the classic form of entertainment with,
modern day flasher.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's taking flashing into the 20th century.
Exactly.
It was the new millennium.
It was the Bush years. It was the Bush years.
Yeah, those ladies probably saw his bush. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. That probably deserves a boo. I wrote the pooping to soft serve ice cream cut. It was
fun.
Was like a bit. The fact that they kept him going for so long as the ice cream was dripping down. It's like, oh fuck.
So you were saying you thought it took him too long to break and snap?
Yeah, you should have snapped.
The
bend and
lady,
snap.
the lady who cut me in line in the grocery store wouldn't make me snap. The guy whose dog continually shit in my lawn and stole my paper, that would make me snap.
Well, it's funny you say that because I think just a couple notes here. I think that Hank is just what Raging Rob wants to be or might become.
Yeah.
If we don't get Raging Rob some help, it's going to be Hank all over.
It will, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break into that fucking guy's house, break into the bathroom where his wife is shitting and reading my paper. I'm gonna slap that bitch and I'm gonna take my paper back and I'm gonna make him clean up all the shit in my yard because that's unacceptable, man.
Yeah. Well, maybe
It's one
cut
thing there's
that part
dog
out.
shit in your
Cut
yard.
that part off. That's prior. That's planned out. What do they call that? That's
Premeditated?
intent. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Premeditated.
Now, if it ever happens, cancel me. I said it here first.
Oh man. Well, yeah. I don't know. I let Pumbaa shit in my yard.
No. I'm gonna let your dog shit in your own yard. If someone else's dog is shitting in your yard regularly, that's unacceptable.
Regularly.
Regularly.
Yeah.
Regularly.
I have an art problem, dude. Fuck you.
Okay.
I took speech classes for it in elementary school.
Oh, were you one of those, like, you would have called me Wob?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you would be Wob. It was worlds of fun. I couldn't say shit. Carrot, all that stuff.
Cowet?
I couldn't say it.
I thought I saw a Wob. That's different. Sorry. I don't know what I was doing there. I did Elmer Fudd with Bugs Bunny. That was strange.
Yeah. I thought I saw a wabbit. That's somebody.
No, I thought I saw a putty cat. That's Tweety.
Okay, yeah, but
Oh, no.
wabbit
I'm hunting
hunting.
wabbits.
Yeah, that's what
all
it
right,
is.
we'll get there.
Anyway, then I just have a couple quotes here, I think, which I thought was real funny. So the son, shout out to Anthony Anderson. And
Very
then
funny.
I don't know who
They
the
were
other
all,
actors
both
were. but-
actors were. One was named. I'm not kidding. His name's Mongo something.
Okay.
And I believe that was the fit guy.
The other, the biggest one of them all was from Old School.
Yeah.
And
The
he's
guy who-
Weensy. He's Weensy in Old
Weensy.
Yeah.
If you lose,
She showed me the knife. And he's real
Weensy,
funny.
if you fuck this up, I'm gonna kill you. She showed me the knife.
Yeah, he's real funny in that. But anyway, when they're all talking shit to each other, it's pretty funny. And he's like, "Yeah, they'll go to the store and I'll cook." And he's like, "Man, you thought you got chipped beef from a toothy blowjob?" And I thought that shit was funny as fuck.
Them shooting the shit and giving each other shit's really funny throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, 1430. You must have had a brain aneurysm on your SATs.
Yeah. So shout out to his sons. They were all real funny. We already kind of talked about the cow, but I did start laughing out loud after, because when he was shooting it, I was like, all right, this is a little bit much. But then he started pistol whipping it and
choking it,
put his nose and fingers in the nostril, and it's just Jim Carrey's physical humor that I think makes that so.
Yeah,
funny.
he's like, come. He's like talking to Renee Zellweger. He's like, come on, help me out.
Yeah.
And then the best part of that entire joke is when Richard Jenkins he's gone crazy. We just heard someone in the sighting that said he killed a prized cow.
Yeah.
Luckily, the poor thing lived.
Yeah, I know. Well, and then you see the cow, like, if not at the very end, in one of the post-credit scenes, you see the cow. Uh-oh.
That's just ice.
One drink down.
Well, I just put it by my foot.
I got another quote here. The funky chicken was Charlie's dance. I'm more of a tango man myself.
Of
Basically,
all the lines you wrote down from Hank, that was one of them?
that was one of them.
That's pretty
I didn't write. Well, I thought it was funny. I didn't really write down any of his abhorrent lines.
But
lines.
those were his funniest lines, the
I
abhorrent
know, but
ones.
I didn't want them on my computer. You know what I'm saying? But they were all really funny, and I was laughing to myself. I thought it was funny. Shout out to Whitey, who was known as Milky at first.
That was the guy who it was his first acting role.
Really?
He
I
literally
feel like I've seen him in some stuff.
Yeah, he's been on TV. It's the only film he's ever been in. But he was in an acting class, and someone who knew the Farrelly brothers, they knew they were looking for some kind of a guy like him, so they referenced him from the acting class, and that was his first gig. That's why he says introducing.
Oh, he was the introducing.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him. And he was pretty good, and I thought it was funny.
No, it's fine. He was actually, his acting wasn't bad.
Yeah, let alone, it's very funny. I guess not very funny, but it pays off to be funny after he's like, yeah, I killed my family with a hammer, and Jim Carrey's like, families, huh? And it makes the holidays awkward.
Yeah, man, they made me leave before I wanted to. That's a fucked up law, isn't it? It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess they have to keep room for all the real psychos.
Yeah. But then at the end, you find out he didn't actually do it all,
Right.
so that was good. So you had to kill a kid. Oh, I'd never killed anyone before. But it's also real funny when so Hank takes Whitey with him, but then they wake up on the ferry, and Charlie's like, oh, what's wrong with my chin? And they're like, oh, you got a plastic surgeon or whatever. And Whitey's like, yeah, I helped to pay for it. And just Jim Carrey, like, freaking out, not knowing he was in the back.
His physical
seat.
comedy is
Yeah,
so good.
So fucking good.
His physical comedy is top notch.
Yeah. All right, so here's one thing that bothered me in the movie. When he's at the Coke machine, flash forward to they're at the hotel.
That fucking guy.
Well, yeah, also that guy's a douchebag. Who would ever do that in their life? So I'd take $1.50 from you already, fuckface.
It burned you once, and not once, but twice. Hey, put another one in, man. I'm sure you'll get it this time. It's like, oh, that fucking guy. I wanted to beat the shit out of that guy.
Raging Rob is boiling up. But what bothered me in that is that Charlie is pressing the third button down, which is a yellow fucking button. But I guess it turns out he broke the fucking machine anyway. But I don't know. How did he get a Coke with pressing that yellow button the whole time? I was wanting to see what that yellow fucking button was, and then it ended up being Coke.
I think you're nitpicking here, but yeah. So he does bring a Coke in, but then since he may have been pushing a yellow button because he wanted something yellow, but he broke the machine and just brought a Coke in anyway because he said he was leaving to get a soda.
Well, I wrote this before I knew he broke the machine and stuff like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
At the time, I kind of knew when he walked in. I was like, yeah, he's being Hank, but I still.
It was weird that he turned to Hank for like 30 seconds and then turned back into Charlie.
Well, he turned into Hank for 30 seconds and then off camera for the entire night while he was banging Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, it's weird. The shifts are weird.
Yeah. Well, anytime something happens to him, he turns into Hank.
Yeah.
It was all his repressed
anger.
Yeah, anger. All right. So one of the things that I thought was real funny that I wrote down is, I don't think this is funny, but do you remember Scooter from the movie? He was just one of the random guys at the hotel, and I can't even remember what they say to him.
Yeah, I have this in my
like,
notes. Anna Kournikova is his girlfriend.
Oh, that was Anna Kournikova?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Well,
yeah, that was an Anna Kournikova cameo, and Scooter's just this old, kind of fat old guy with a gray beard, and that's why they're looking funny. Like, what? This is your boyfriend?
Yeah, and he just winks. And I said I want to see the spinoff of Scooter and his girlfriend running that motel.
Yeah, that's Anna Kournikova.
All right, I definitely want to see the spinoff then.
Well, I think there's something. I remember when I was really young and like first kind of being introduced into pornography, Anna Kournikova was a big deal. Like it was like everyone wanted to see Anna Kournikova in her tennis skirt and all this shit. And I don't know. I just kind of remember that. But again, this was back in 2000, so this was 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah, I do remember those days too.
You kind of remember that? Like, it was like porn sites were just kind of like, I'm not saying Anna Kournikova did porn, but it was just like they were kind of exploiting her, being like, oh, we've got a shot of Anna Kournikova at this angle playing tennis. Yeah, it was like that shit.
Yeah.
And my dumbass was like, what?
Check it out. Had it on your wall and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was like one of those kids who's like, oh, I need a credit card number. I'll just try and make one up and see if it works.
Well, it makes more sense now knowing why that was in there, that it was a cameo for Anna Kournikova, because at first I was just like, what was the point of that?
Well, 'cause that's the joke, because it's Anna Kournikova.
Yeah, I get it now.
And she's with an old fat guy.
Yeah, I just thought it was a hot chick with an old fat guy, but I was like, that joke didn't need to be in there. But if it's Anna Kournikova,
it is.
I'm sure in 2000 everyone was like, oh, shit, that's Anna Kournikova. Nowadays, you never really hear about her.
If it makes you feel better, Keenan, I've seen this movie 8 or 9 times, and I didn't know that till this viewing.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
That does make me feel better. And then pretty much, I've said pretty much everything, all the rest of these notes. So the last thing I'll finish with is I don't think that the fake chin ages in HD, but if I saw it in standard D,
Fucking A, man.
it might be good.
Sure.
Yeah.
And honestly, the close-ups looked worse than like the
The
close-ups, like when they first were showing it and he was showing it off. It's like, oh, hey, Daddy, you could blow your nose and wipe your ass at the same time.
Yeah.
But then when it
God, he's got a butthole on his chin.
yeah, but then when it cuts to when he's like saying goodbye to Renee Zellweger, sort of, it looks better because it's further away. Like you can tell it's a prosthetic.
I should say, especially when it's zoomed in. Yeah, the close-ups.
The close-ups don't look good. That makeup didn't
From a
age well.
distance, it was good.
All right, I guess
Those are my notes.
I gave a bunch of mine, but I have some other ones too. Oh, so I actually have a great idea I want to pitch to you.
Okay.
So the Farrelly universe, right? So they have so many of these movies like Dumb and Dumber, Kingpin, this movie.
The other movies that we said, the Heartbreak Kid.
No, but I especially want to focus on the 2 movies, Kingpin and Dumb and Dumber. So let's say these both take place in the Farrelly universe. I want to get Woody Harrelson from Kingpin, Randy Quaid from Kingpin. I want to have Jim Carrey play 2 characters, Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber, and then both characters from this movie, and then bring Jeff Daniels in from Dumb and Dumber, and let's have like a Farrelly Brothers universe, like Avengers film. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a plot. I don't know what happens, but I think it's going to be funny.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it being funny.
It's a big, bold idea.
If it would have happened back then, I could have signed on it. But now that they're old, because that's another thing with the Dumb and Dumber sequel is like
it was too late,
and they just look too old now. Yeah,
it's not even that they look too old. It was just that
it's clearly been 30 years.
Movies were just different back then,
Yeah.
just stylistically, and that type of movie doesn't work today.
Yeah.
So when they're trying,
I haven't seen the sequel. So.
It's not good.
Yeah,
I mean, it has funny points, but it's nothing, not even close to the first one. The first one is fucking comic gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my first thought I had was they say at the beginning he's an 18-year veteran of the police of the Rhode Island Highway Patrol. He's like 35.
So, well, if he's 36, maybe he signed on when he was 18.
You can do that?
I don't know.
You can do that?
Graduate from high school, join the police force.
Right. That's a problem.
I'll ask Sam about that. She's from Rhode Island.
Please ask her about that.
Who knows what they fucking do up there in Rhode Island? They're probably making, fucking.
And I'm nitpicking.
Probably making goats the mayor of their town and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
We're from fucking Rhode Island. We're a small state. If you're 18, fuck it, join the thing.
They're not Boston, man.
No, they're close though.
No one had a Boston accent in this movie.
That's true, but I mean, fucking, it wasn't like a very.
They're the smallest,
the
smallest big little state. I don't know, whatever they say.
Yeah, they get that accent. Trust me on that.
So at the beginning, when he's kind of getting into it with, which we haven't talked about yet, which we need to, the little person who's driving the limousine,
the guy from Bad Santa.
Yeah, he's the elf from Bad Santa.
Yeah,
fuck, I love that movie.
Yeah,
is he always carrying? So like, he didn't expect just in the movie. His character does he always expect an altercation with someone? Does he always carry nunchucks in his back left pocket?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. And the other thing is, if he's just doing a sociological experiment,
why is he carrying nunchucks?
That, and then also, why is he fucking just jumping to conclusions right away. Like, I don't know.
It's
like
very not sociological experimental.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
you should have just been like, all right, well, this guy asked if I guess, limo drivers get tipped or whatever. But instead,
No. He said, hey, do you people take a check?
I know, but he meant limo drivers. That's
No,
what
he meant the company.
Yeah, or whatever, yeah.
And then he went from you people to black people to little people
to taking his wife. Fucking leaving his illegitimate children with him.
Because he was a part of Mensa. I don't know what that is.
I don't either. It was capitalized in the.
I know. I think it's an acronym.
It's got to be an acronym.
Yeah.
Well, MENSA. This probably stands for Massachusetts Engineering NASA Science Autopsy.
Yeah, I like it.
Aeronautics.
Aeronautics.
Let's go with
Aeronautics.
that. Yeah. I lost on the A. That's what she said.
The first quote I have written down is, and this is that douchebag that I don't know why Charlie thinks is his friend, these kids' dicks are bigger than those sausages.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie, you ever notice your kids have year-round tan?
Yeah. Fuck you, Finneran.
Yeah. What are you doing, man? Just leave him be.
Your mustache looks fake as shit.
And the kid, he loves his kids.
He loves his kids.
Leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Finneran, did you notice? Fuck off.
So to that point, why would Layla and Shantae leave their literal kids with Charlie? Like, she's leaving him, and clearly it's their kids. Why would she leave their kids with him? Don't get me wrong, he's a great father.
Yeah, maybe she thought she was doing him a favor, you know?
He's like, hey,
I'll leave him the kids.
Not only am I leaving you,
I'll leave you the kids.
but I'm leaving you the triplets that I had, that I became impregnated with during an affair that I had during our marriage.
Right, like pretty much on their wedding night, it seems like. Or shortly thereafter.
9 months, 3 months after the wedding night. Yeah,
that's, it's, 3 men and a baby. Or 3 babies and a man.
that's
that's that.
Was it? My 3 kids should be called my one dad.
Is that Mitch Hedberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I was watching My 3 Kids, and I was like, what if this was called My One Dad? So if there was that woman and the limousine driver having children, what are the odds that they had triplets and none of them would be a little person?
I don't know. You're going to have to ask the lawyers and the politicians on that.
No, I'm thinking like doctors and geneticists.
Well, them too. Smarter people than me, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. There's probably a pundit square that would show you that, but I don't even know if it's called a pundit square anymore, so.
Oh, did you ever? Okay, so this is something I know it's a little meta, but I think that the Farrelly brothers did on purpose. Did you ever notice that Hank is the only? Sorry.
Are you fairly certain they did that on purpose?
I'm forcing it because I said Farrelly my whole life, so I'm saying Farrelly.
Okay.
So Hank is the only character in the entire film that hums to the soundtrack that's going on in the background or whistles.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, so he'll whistle to the song that's playing in the background. I think
that's pretty good.
I don't know if it's a way of them breaking the fourth wall or if it's like a weird meta way of them saying like Hank is aware that this is a film and like this is music going on in the background.
I think it's probably a meta thing,
Yeah, because he's the only character in the entire film that whistles to or hums or whistles to whatever song is playing in the background.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that. Now I got to go home and watch it again.
Yeah, I was just like, whoa. Why would he be whistling to what's playing in the back? It's like he's aware of it. I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah, that's going to be in my back pocket for the next time I watch it. I'm not really going to watch it tonight, but I'm sure I'll watch it again.
I also find it fairly unbelievable that Charlie left some of the most important, like 2 of the most important things. When they're leaving his hotel room after he left his medicine and his gun and his uniform. Like he's not like, hey, bitch, give me 5 fucking minutes so I can get important things to bring. But then again, I understand the medicine part because that kind of is what unfolds the entire plot.
Yeah, that was needed to unfold the entire plot.
His gun, man. I mean, come on, man. What kind of a cop forgets his gun in a hotel room? You get a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. That part didn't bother me. I was too focused on the Coke machine and him pressing the yellow button.
Yeah.
That's what really stuck in my craw.
So the next funny. For the first line I love that Hank says, or at least the first one I wrote down, is when they're going to meet Agent Beauchene when Charlie thinks like he's going to be an ally and going to help them out. And then they get into that scuffle and he gets knocked out by Renee Zellweger and he starts searching him and he finds his cigarettes and he goes, score. It's like his Cowboy Killers, his Marlboro Reds.
Oh, fucking yeah. Marlboro Reds, man. Oh.
I knew this was going to happen.
Hey, stop calling me. They
Shit.
calling me.
Oh, my mom doesn't keep calling me. I silenced my phone. I didn't think it'd come through the computer.
Rob, you got to run the showers when you run the water.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's probably what it is.
That was the call.
Rob,
last
did
time.
you turn your AC down? It's going to be very cool tonight.
You can open the windows, Rob.
You can save a lot of money if you just turn your AC off. Anyway.
She sounds nothing like that.
No, she doesn't. That's what she sounds like to me. It's also strange to me how they have no money throughout the entire film, yet they get all of these medical procedures done. Other than, I understand the chin thing. Whitey fronted it.
Whitey paid
They
for
went to the hospital
chin thing.
2 other times.
Well,
He walked out with a colostomy bag in one of them.
it's a movie. I guess. I don't know.
That's fair.
Maybe Renee Zellweger found some money in a deleted scene.
The one line that I love that's a joke from he's like, you know how Hank starts calling the albino friend Milky, and then that's how Charlie is introduced to him as Milky. And they're sitting like, hey, we can't very well call you Milky. What's your actual name? He goes, Casper, but my friends call me Whitey.
And what was up with his like fucking diamond
That's
monocle
real
thing?
That's real. So part of the reason why he was cast because those glasses and that thing, he actually wore that. That was real.
Really?
He wore that. I don't know why.
That helps him see better, huh?
I don't know. Maybe he was a what do you call it? A diamond guy, a gemologist. I don't know.
Gemologist. I'm a gemologist, bro.
Talked about
Like a Jersey Shore guy.
Oh, this is funny. So yeah, at the end when they're on the train, when Dickie comes in and Renee Zellweger. Renee
We
Zellweger.
can't say that fucking name.
Renee Zellweger knocks
Say it
him
5 times fast.
Renee
Fuck you,
Zellweger.
listeners.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
can't.
yeah.
I couldn't
The
do it. I
listeners
couldn't.
can't
I couldn't do
either.
it twice.
Renee Zellweger.
So when Renee Zellweger knocks out Dickie with a dildo, she knocked out Dickie with a dildo. That's objectively funny.
That's meta, dude. I didn't even. I mean, I noticed that she knocked him out with a dildo, but I didn't put out.
I mean,
put
first of all,
together
you'd
that-
never knock out someone with a dildo.
No, but I did almost write down that the first time they get in a fight with Chris Cooper, it's when Jim Carrey does his fucking little weird ass shit.
He does that
in the
several
fight.
times.
I know, but he gets knocked down, and she knocks out Chris Cooper with the helmet, and then it comes back around. He gets knocked down by Dickie, and then she knocks him out. It was like the exact same thing.
No, because that's kind of part of why Hank is not good at fighting, because Hank is essentially a sub-personality of Charlie.
Right.
And Charlie doesn't know how to fight, so it makes sense while Hank is aggressive and would want to fight people, he'd have no knowledge of how to.
That's true. He's just doing all his best.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I want to fight, but I have no idea how, because like the primary conscience is Charlie. So he doesn't know how to fight.
The primary conscience is me.
Oh, we talked about physical comedy. That's good. The
Primary conscience, it sounds like a wicked band name.
kind of. I don't know. I'm
Not like a wicked band, but like maybe like an alternative band.
Like a
or
band of
something.
witches.
Like Dashboard Confessional.
Dashboard Confessioner.
Dashboard Confessional and Primary Conscience.
I think
in
Renee
concert.
Zellweger is the lead singer of
Yeah,
Dashboard
no shit.
Confessioner.
Dashboard Confessioner. Oh, shit. Anyway.
The last note I have is I'm not really sure this movie portrays an accurate recovery from multiple personality disorder. Like, at the end where he's like, oh, heard you went to the doctor, Charlie. What they say is like, clean bill of health.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
It's like, no, dude, that's not how multiple personality disorder works. You don't just confront your leg on a bridge.
Here's where I'm gonna allow it though, because when he breaks down as Hank and he's like, she left him. There's nothing I can do. He's really breaking down
he's
as
like,
himself.
So if you're a big part of the personality, then she left you too.
Right, and the only way I don't know how you heal from multiple personality, but it seems like
I don't
they were
either.
saying-
I know it requires more than just that.
Yeah, but it seems like his stemmed from the fact that he lost whatever his first wife's name was, and so
Layla.
maybe
Like
getting,
the tune.
Maybe getting with Renee Zellweger brought it all back together for him, so he could have his shit back together.
That's interesting. Well,
and also part of it was
but he
that-
came back before he ever met Renee Zellweger.
I mean, no, when he comes back to being just himself, clean bill of health.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's how he got his clean bill of
comes
health.
comes full
Yeah.
circle.
And
I get what
Hank
you're saying.
also says he lost his part of me talking shit whenever she left, and he gets that back on the bridge too. So it's like he gets a woman back. He's confronted somebody as Charlie, because she's even like, Hank, and he's like, it's Charlie here, and she's like, oh, Well, maybe you should go get backup then. So I think that's him as Charlie, like,
So from a
getting
plot
that back.
from a plot and story perspective, I do understand how that kind of brings everything full circle and kind of ties it up.
I don't think medically that's how you heal yourself from that.
From a psychiatric perspective, that's not how it works. But just for the sake of the
story,
movie,
yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree. That makes sense. All right. Do you know what time it is?
It's time for Tipsy Trivia.
Oh, that was a good time in there.
I'm getting it. I'm starting to get it. This is the portion of the podcast where we have 5 trivia-based questions from the film. If Keenan gets 3 of the 5 correct, I have to shotgun and he doesn't. However, if he gets less than 3 of the 5 correct, he has to shotgun and I don't. But inevitably, we will all end up shotgunning. Do you have 2?
I got 2 bushes that have been sitting out.
Oh, man, it's the 70s, baby. I'm about to eat a bush.
Oh, snap.
Here we go. Right, so we'll start with number 1.
Nummer 1.
Which side character from Dumb and Dumber reprised his role in this film? And if you weren't paying attention, it was hard to catch.
Oh, damn. I'll say Seabass.
It was Seabass. At the very end, it's Trooper Seabass.
That's the only side character that was the first one to come to my mind.
That's why it wasn't multiple choice.
Yeah, Seabass. It was either him or the wheelchair kid that I always thought was Haley Joel Osment.
Who turned out to be an FBI agent at the end?
No. Oh, yeah, in Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah, so Dumb and Dumber.
I thought you were talking about this movie. Yeah.
There was the guy in the FBI at the end was in a wheelchair.
The little kid?
Well, no, it wasn't a little kid, but he could have grown up. I don't know. The only guy in the wheelchair in this movie was the FBI agent at the end.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of side characters from Dumb and Dumber.
There was the little kid from Dumb and Dumber's, the guy who gets his bird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway.
Number 2.
Got it right.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Seabass said that?
Number 2. Jim Carrey and Renee Zellweger dated during the making of this movie.
All right. That sounds just like a fact that you read.
It's a question, true or false?
Yeah, well, you didn't say true or false, man. You just said number 2,
fault.
Jim Carrey.
My fault. True or false?
I'll say true. I'm going to say true.
It is true.
Based on that.
Number 3, another true or false. This movie takes place in the same universe as Dumb and Dumber.
I'm going to say false because you said you hope it happens.
It is false. They're just both set in Rhode Island. That's like a Farrelly Brothers thing.
Are they from there?
No, but a lot of their movies are just set in Rhode Island.
You said Stuck on You, too. That's from fucking... That's
it is. It's Rhode Island.
Yeah.
It's a Farrelly Brothers directorial trait.
It's a Farrelly Brothers.
Farrelly. Did I say Farrelly?
You did, but...
fuck, man. It's a tough...
Sounds like a good Italian bakery or something.
Yeah, it does.
Farrelly Brothers.
Over under 4.5. How many? Number 4. Over under 4.5. How many Oscar nominees are in this movie?
Well, you said what's his name? I don't even know who I'm thinking. I'm just gonna say over. I'll say over.
Under. There were only 4. Richard Jenkins, Robert Forster, Renee Zellweger, and Chris Cooper.
Okay. Robert Forster should have known that from last week.
Yeah, we said he got one.
Yeah.
Right, because Jackie Brown came out, what did I say, 97?
97, yeah.
It's about 3 years before this.
Yeah, good year for the Chiefs. We finished 13-3 that season.
Better year last year.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. Up until last year,
that was
one of my favorite
a Christian
seasons.
Okoye year.
No, that was Marcus Allen.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
97. I think it was the last year with Marcus Allen. It was the year that Gerbach went down and Rich Gannon
yeah,
led
we
us
got
to like
Gannon.
it. Yeah.
And everyone's pissed off, yeah.
But then they put Gerbach in the playoffs, and
Should
we
have stuck
lost
with
to Denver.
Gannon.
Yeah.
Should have stuck with Gannon.
It's the oil slick game. Fuck the Denver Broncos, dude. You know what
I
I'm saying?
hate them.
Yeah.
They're up there in Mile High like they're all cool.
They're all a mile high. Fucking losers, stoners.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Number 5. What other movie stars Jim Carrey playing 2 vastly different versions of his character's personality? Let me re-say that again. What other movie stars Jim Carrey playing 2 vastly different versions of his character's personality? It's easier than you think.
Oh, the number 23?
No. I'll give you another guess.
He kind of plays
It's not that movie.
Ace Ventura?
No. What?
I don't know.
The Mask.
Oh, yeah, The Mask. The Mask.
Yeah. It's essentially kind of the same theme, right? So the mask
Yeah, that's true.
accentuates
Yeah.
character traits that Stanley doesn't bring out in that movie. And so
I
does
haven't
Hank.
seen that movie since I was a kid. Saw it 1,000 times as a kid,
It's a great movie.
but I haven't seen it. I should watch that again.
Cameron Diaz, choice.
Yeah, I think that's her first movie.
It's not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
Because I've researched this before. I can't remember her actual. Oh, no, dude. I saw this the other day on the internet, not intentionally. There's like some old ass footage of her before she was famous where she's like got her titties out like at the strip bar.
Oh, not intentionally.
No, definitely intentionally.
No, I'm saying you didn't see this footage intentionally.
Well, I wasn't searching for Cameron Diaz.
But it popped up, huh?
Yeah,
So there's some pre-famous footage of her Hooters out there?
100%.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
She's at like a club or something. It's before she was a actress.
Huh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Anyways, I guess you have your keys. Should we do it?
I guess we should do it. We shall.
We shall shotgun beers.
There you go.
It's supposed to be like Gandalf.
We should make a drop for that.
Did you get the reference when I did it though?
I did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got the reference. Shout out to the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Jason Segel or whatever.
Segel.
Segel. Like the bird?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like Steven Seagal.
Well, shout out to Jason Segel for when he does it in that movie.
Oh,
He's just a little
yeah, that's right.
goof. She's like, "What have you been doing for 7 days?" That's like
You
how he-
shall not.
fucking eating cereal out of the biggest bowl in the world.
Dude, do you want?
What? Me too.
Little bitch.
I still almost beat you.
I know. I don't drink fast.
I don't drink fast.
All right, let me throw those away. Across 110th Street.
Yeah, there's still a little bit in there. Fucking.
That's right. I got a little bit of mine.
What's up, camera people? What's up, camera world? Welcome to MTV's Real World 1996. Remember when? Do they still do the Real World?
Oh no, man, I don't think so.
Who even knows? Is MTV even still a channel?
I mean, it's a channel. It doesn't show music videos.
I don't know what brought that to my mind, but
I don't either.
we should buy MTV and change it to moshing television. Just show a bunch of mosh pits on it all the time.
It's a stupid idea.
Yeah, well.
All right, Rotten Tomatoes over under. Oh no, Drinking Buddies. Sorry.
Oh,
Drinking Buddies.
pardon me.
All right. This is the portion of the podcast where we choose a character, not an actor, a character from the film that we would enjoy getting shit-faced, drunk, uncontrollably shivoed with. Keenan, who is your drinking buddy in this film?
Scooter.
Sorry?
Scooter, sorry.
Scooter.
I had a little
Oh,
something.
Scooter.
Scooter. Anna Kournikov's boyfriend. I'm going to hang out at the hotel with him.
Why? Scooter doesn't...
Hey, he's got a funny wink. It's a funny part in the movie. I'm drinking with Scooter, and you can fuck right off.
All right, I'm going to go with Hank.
Or you're going to go with Hank, not Charlie.
Yeah.
I guess Charlie doesn't really drink.
Charlie would suck as a drinking buddy.
I feel like Hank would suck as a drinking buddy, too.
No, Hank would
That's
be
a
aw-
liability,
Hank,
man.
no, we'd be doing debauchery. You know, I'm either going with Hank or...
Actually, that makes sense. Rage and Rob and Hank
Yeah.
out there hanging out.
yeah, we'd both be going...
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. That would actually, that should be the sequel to this. Forget your Fairley Brothers universe. Do the Rage and Rob and fucking Hank movie.
It's either Hank or it's the limo driver.
The limo driver, he's random too.
You said he'd be eating blubber. Oh, she'll be eating blubber just as soon as I free Willie.
That's a pretty funny line. I'll give you that.
That's a good line.
I'll give you that.
Okay, Rotten Tomatoes over under. I'm going to set the critics at a 48%.
Critics?
Critics.
Over.
Under 47%.
Son of a gun.
I'm going to set the audience at a 59%.
Over.
Under 57. I was surprised.
Really?
Yeah, I thought this movie was better than that.
Well, isn't the IMDb like 7.6 or some shit?
6.6.
6.6. Okay, that makes more sense.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
that's
6.6 is pretty good.
I think that's accurate.
Probably about where I would put it.
Yeah, it's an above average comedy.
Yeah, I mean, it made me laugh out loud a couple times. And I will say, going into this,
It made you lull. Did it make you ruffle?
I never ruffled. I never lamawed.
Well, you have to save the Lamad for very specific occasions.
Yeah, you only have one ass. What happens if
Right.
it falls off? Who knows?
You can roll on the floor fucking laughing all you want.
Yeah. Raffle.
You can laugh out loud all you want, but if you're laughing your ass off, that's serious.
Remember when people would do like raffle lol? Like rolling on the floor laughing out loud, or they would do like lol raffle, like LOL, ROFL, like all together.
Yeah, that seems
Extreme, man.
Yeah, it seems gratuitous with just one. Just use one. I feel like that's too much.
Yeah, well, that's when I started going with just haha. I'm a haha guy. Unless I don't actually think it's funny, but I don't know what else to say, then it's just a ha.
I more go with the emojis now because you've got the haha emoji, you got the raffle emoji. There's no lamufo emoji, but
yeah, but haha is like my filler for like LOL. Haha is just my filler. I guess I could do that with the emoji too, but
if you think about it, it's just the same. Like it's just one extra letter. Why just type LOL?
well, back in the day, haha was how you separated yourself from the LOL folks. You know, we were the sophisticated ones. We can take the time.
You were the ones that were straying away from the trends.
Yeah, but I was always kind of jealous of the LOL. That always looked fun, you know.
Yeah, that took too much effort. Took way too much
Too
effort.
many O's and L's.
LOL,
you know?
it gets your point across, and it's 3 characters.
Yeah. Well, lol. Hopefully you guys lolled at me on this one.
I lol at you every day.
Yeah. Anyway, we got anything else?
No, I think that'll do it for this episode. Thank you again for listening to another episode of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzz crew. Keenan.
Real Buzz 2.
Thank you. Yes, we are the Real Buzz 2. Keenan, take us out.
I didn't know I was going to get a skadoosh for that.
We are the Real Buzz Crew, and we review the best of the worst for you.
This concludes our broadcast day.
G2G meant got to go.